gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Top of the morning, Raider Nation. What it do? What it do? Top of the morning, man. A welcome to Tuesday. I know I wasn't here Monday, but I'm here Tuesday. Good morning, Raider Nation Live, Raiders Football Podcast. Well, yours truly, Lunatic Raider, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. We're going to get into a good show today. As you can see by the thumbnail, it says work ethic. The thing that makes this team go. We're gonna break it down to you. It was very interesting to watch Hondo Carpenter's breakdown of this team, and the one word that keeps coming up: work ethic. Yes, work ethic is the one that keeps coming up. So with that being said, maybe we're gonna tackle the players that has the work ethic. And we're going to dig into exactly the one common denominator that is the makeup of this team this year, whether it's offense or defense. And yes, it is baby mama drama. No, it is work ethic. And I've been telling y'all this all year. When I broke down the team and looked at it from every angle, I was like, shit, the main thing I keep hearing people's just talking about, like the new additions and the people that they kept here, everything just all centered around work ethic, like hardworking, blue collar type individuals that no nonsense, get out there, learn, teach, spread the gospel as you will, of what the Raiders are trying to do to each other. And I'm telling you, this is something that can become infectious, where the newcomers coming in and seeing this work ethic and seeing what the veterans is laying out in front of them as far as the blueprint, as far as what we're trying to do, it rubs off. It makes the youngsters be like, I want to do what he's doing. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all for being here. Yes, sir. Just 1 second. I've got to do one more thing before we get into this. Well, we got a good show for you today, y'all. I've been telling y'all this for the longest. I said, hey, there's some good shit with this team and work ethic. That's the one thing. Like I said, the three things I keep hearing: intelligence, love the game, work ethic. But work ethic is the main key. You know what I mean? You can be smart about what you're doing. You can love what you're doing. But if you ain't got the work ethic to make those things happen, then what's the use? You know what I mean? Work ethic is the key. But yes, that is the common denominator amongst all players on this team. This is how they assemble this team. And I am behind them 152%. Yes, indeed, bruh. Because I'm telling you, work ethic is what makes this team go. Yes, it will. So with that being said, man, let me go ahead and shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Where the hell Okay, there we go. Shout out to everybody that's here, man, that's pulled up with your boy this morning. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. NorCal Raider Jesse, my mod man. Thank you for doing what you do, bruh. Thank you. We got Robert Penny in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Eugene Powell's in the house. Yes, sir. We in here, baby boy. We in here. We know what's better than one red ring. 2 of those Mickey Fickies. You feel me? Not 1, 2 of those Mickey Fickies. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Salute to my dude, man. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Let me see what else we got. This Mickey Vicky one time. You feel me? One time. Just one time for the band. One time for the band. Yes, indeed. We got Raiders content in the house, man. What's up? Man, a few more days till kickoff is the truth. Boy, I've been moist all week. Like, what the fuck you say? I've been moist all week, bro. And I just get wetter and wetter until we get to Sunday. Can't wait till Sunday. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep my shit, calm, cool, and collective. You feel me? Charm City, what's the deal, man? Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Michael Guerrero, what is the deal, man? Top of the morning to you. Let me see what else we got up in this BI. We in here kind of deep though. Last time I checked. We're gonna get in the show in a minute, bro. I'm just trying to make sure I don't leave nobody behind before I exit stage left. You feel me? Gravy, my dude, top of the morning. Gravy, we only got a few more days, bro. Sunday is coming. Sunday is coming quicker than we think. You know what I mean? It's coming quicker than we think. Raider Pete, what's the deal, man? Hey, it's top of the morning to you. Man, I can't wait till Sunday, bruh. I'm telling you, I'm chomping at the bit. Raider Ben in the building. Top of the morning to you, my brother. Willie Wayne, what's happening, dog? What's up with you? Top of the morning, man. Admin, what's the deal, man? What's the good news, man? The good news is it's almost football time for us. We about to take down the Donkeys on Sunday, bruh. Oh my God. I'm just like, football season is here, y'all. Walt, what's good with you, my brother? Top of the morning, man. Good to see you. Man, I can't wait till, motherfucking Sunday, dog. I'm telling you, man, I'm on some other shit right now, bro. You know what I mean? I'll be trying to keep this shit all, within context. But just being a Raider fan, and Sunday is our first week's game. It's like slap the shit out of the Broncos week. Sam Tanker, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning. Good to see you. Yeah, bro. So Sunday is like, I'm like right now, I'm just thinking about the shit like, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Raider Fontaine, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning. All right, so we about to get into this shit, man. Y'all just got done picking your nose, so something. I'm fucking with you on some Dunkin' Donuts. What? Yeah, you on that sugar high this morning, bruh. For real. All right, y'all. Let's do the damn thing the way the damn thing should be done. You feel me? I got only a few players. It's not all the players that Carpenter was breaking down, but I just want to show you guys the genetic makeup of this team on both offense and defense. The key chromosome in the DNA that makes this team what it does and what it do. You feel me? Work ethic is that is that chromosome. I'm telling you, the chromosome is work ethic. I've been telling y'all, I've been banging the table. I bust down the roster. I'm looking at the characteristics of these players. I'm going back looking what coaches said, what other players said, what it said on their scouting combine, coming out of college, all that shit. And it all leads to one thing that they all say these dudes got. And I love it. I love it. So let me turn this music down, bruh. We about to dig deep into the heart of a Raider. You feel me? Which is the name of the song playing of the instrumental playing right now. Yes, it's called Heart of a Raider. It's a song I'm working on, and I will release it when the season jumps off. But anyway, without further ado, man, let's get into this Raider shit. You feel me? This is Hondo Carpenter. He broke it down for Labor Day type stuff. Since it's Labor Day, he wanted to honor the players that put in the labor to be great. You know what I mean? To be great. Couldn't name the whole team. Couldn't do it. He did 11. I grabbed half of them. You know what I mean? So, did I grab half or grab more than half? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I grabbed 7 out the 11 that he was gonna mention, but I just grabbed key figures and just listen to the common denominator once again, the work ethic. Listen to what they say about the players on this team, and that is exactly the mirror image of everybody on this team. So let me shut the F up and let you guys go ahead and listen. This is shout out to Hondo Carpenter and Sports Illustrated covering the Raiders. Man, you do a damn good job, bruh. And they give you information because you don't be on that punk shit like these other fools and be trying to be first rather than be right. Hondo, your ass be right, bro. Hey, salute to you, my brother. Hopefully I get you on the show one morning, man. I hope you're watching. If so, man, let's make it happen, bro. I would love to pick your brain. With that being said, man, let's dive into it. First one, we're gonna and here's a surprise that people see. A lot of people, there's some players on here that people was overlooking. Brandon Bolden. No, ain't nobody saying shit about dude. But let's listen to the breakdown by
Brandon
Hondo
Bolden
himself.
is one of them. He takes guys aside. He'll point out things to defenders. He's constantly eating right. You don't have to worry about him going and having a 3-banana split off day and coming in sluggish the next. The way that he's been able to maintain and stay in this league is because he understands what Labor Day is all about. He's a hard worker, and his team teases him, Grandpa, you were playing football when Jesus invented football. I love it when he told us that one. But they respect him, and they respect his work ethic. And so Brandon Bolden's one of those guys.
Man, Brandon Bolden, boy, is one of them dudes that we overlook. And it's not just about him, it's about we're gonna get to the part. Well, did I put that on there? Okay, here's a part that Carpenter said. He said Magic Johnson, the former Laker, new owner of the Washington Commanders. This is what Magic Johnson told Carpenter one time, and it makes perfect sense. He said, you got good players, but it's not what do the good players do to become great by adding on to what they already do, but it's good players that make players around them better is what make them great. And that's facts, bruh. That's the realest shit I ever heard when it comes to sports. You got okay players, but then you got good players. But what makes good players great, it ain't what they can continue to do, what they already been doing to be good. It's them making the players around them better is what makes those players great. Your Michael Jordans. You know what I mean? The players around them become better because of that one player. That's what makes a player great. And I said, man, that's the damn truth. And do we have players like that on our team? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because behind closed doors, I'll give you an example, such as we Davante Adams. You think that Davante Adams is just all me, and all that? Davante Adams helps these young dudes, bro. Max Crosby helps these, and it's not just other defensive ends that Max Crosby helps. Max Crosby helps offensive players because he's the defensive player and he can explain to the offensive player I'm gonna tell you who he took under his wing. Michael Mayer. He took Michael Mayer under his wing. How? How? He's a defensive end. Because he baptized that dude when he first came in to the camps and everything, bruh. And from there on out, Michael Mayer is one of them dudes with the work ethic that refused to continue to be dominated by Max and work hard and gets points from Max's point of view, how he can be a better tight end. Same thing with Davante Adams. He's taking Jacorian Bennett, Steve, not Steve Smith, fucking Smith the second, the safety, and taking them under his wing. Like, well, wait a minute, he's a wide receiver. But see, you got to remember, in that situation, it's brilliant because now not only do you have the young defenders, you have a veteran wide receiver that can explain from both angles, the angle of the defense and the angle of the offense, of as far as what you're supposed to be doing, what you can be looking out for. That's what they mean, iron sharpens iron. It's not just Davante Adams taking the wide receivers under his wings. He's taking the corners and telling the corners. And then the beauty of it is once Davante Adams tells the corners from his angle as a wide receiver, Marcus Peters from the defensive side can take that information and relay it to the youngsters and be like, this is what he's talking about. Now, this is what we need to do. Bruh, the way they built this team and with the type of players they built this team with, if you don't have optimism, your dick don't work. Okay, let's go on to the next one, man. Next one, and I just got done talking about him, Davante Adams, but this is Hondo breaking them down.
The next one I want to talk about is Davante Adams. He's not a guy that's in the weight room, trying to put up 700 pounds or gain another 15 pounds of body weight. But he does what he has to do. He's always in perfect shape. One of his teammates said it to me like this, quote, the thing about Tay is this, whether you see him in the middle of the offseason, mini camp, OTAs, training camp, or the season, he's always in great shape. You don't do that not thinking about it every day. I thought that was a really big point one of his teammates made about him, that he eats right every day. Every single day with him is about the season. So you know what? He gets time off and he's still eating the right way because he knows I want to stay in the shape I am all of the time. These guys all watch a ton of film. They're all gym rats. They're working hard. They're doing extra runs. They're doing time. And here's another quote from one of his teammates. I'll never forget the first time I saw him working the jugs. That's a jugs machine that shoots the football to you for pass catchers to catch the ball. I thought to myself, that's the best receiver in the NFL, and look how hard he's working, sweat dripping off his body. That man know what he up to. I mean, Davante has won this team with his work ethic.
Well, there go that phrase, work ethic. I've been telling y'all this shit, man. I'm telling you. And this is like, to hear it come from all these players, and these not even all of them. I'm just giving you guys a sample size of the players currently on this roster. Some we brought in this year, some already been here, but they all have that one key element: work ethic. This is what's going to make this team go this season. Work ethic. Work ethic. Not trying to find a shortcut, not dragging your heels, but busting your ass to be good so you can make the people around you better, that in return makes you great. Let's go. Let's go. Next up, one and only Maxx Crosby.
But Maxx Crosby is the it. If you were looking for a dictionary reference of a person who represents Labor Day and you opened up your dictionary and say, see Maxx Crosby. This guy, I told you before, I got to watch Irvin a lot. I got to watch Michael at the Minneapolis Metrodome. I got to watch Kobe, and again, got to watch these great players. They all worked extremely hard. None worked harder than Max, and I'm not saying Max worked harder than them, but nobody worked harder. Max has all of the it qualities. He's bringing offensive linemen along, defensive linemen along. He eats right every single day. He's a film rat. He's a gym rat. I mean, he's the poster boy for the NFL.
And that's our beloved Max Crosby, man. On the defensive side of the ball, just got. I think work ethic. Let me ask the chat this before I continue on. That was Max Crosby. Let me ask you this question. This is a good question too, and let me know. Is work ethic something you're born with, or is it something that can be taught? That's a good question. I say both. I say it could be both. It depends on how you embrace it. Because, like, for me, work ethic was never taught to me. It was always in me. But see, my work ethic is because of I wanted success. You feel me? So I wanted to succeed at everything where I was willing to put in the work ethic to achieve that success. Now you have that. You have that. Now, some people are taught work ethic. I'll give you an example. Jerry Rice and his grandfather. His grandfather was a bricklayer. This is also what taught Jerry Rice how to catch so well when he used to toss bricks to him, and he's catching bricks to lay bricks. But catching is what Jerry Rice said his grandfather helped him with, but the work ethic. When you're doing, like, you're a bricklayer, that's work ethic, bro. You can't just put a sloppy fucking wall together. You can't be stingy on the cement you're using, or not even cement, because cement comes in a bag. The concrete that you're mixing up, you know what I mean? You got to have the right aggregate, sand, and water, and cement. So the work ethic, those are the kind of trades that require work ethic. You got, you know what I mean? You got deadlines. You quote a certain price to a customer of how much the job is going to cost. You got to have that shit ready. You got to be able to get that. It's work ethic, bro. It takes work. So it's I think you can I think you are born with it. I think when you're born with it is easier than learning. You know what I mean? But some people are just lazy, whether they were born lazy or they just are lazy. Just sometimes people lack work ethic. They don't want to put in the effort. They drag. And I used to and look, working in management, especially I've been warehouse all my life, being supervisors and all that shit. But one key thing that I always knew about what type of worker I was going to get is by watching how they walk. Watch how they walk. Do they drag their heels when they walk? If they do, that's exactly that's what they're going to work like. That's exactly the effort they're going to bring you. If you see a fast pace and they're trying to get to what they're trying to get to, that's exactly what you're going to get when you have them underneath you working. They're going to put in the effort. But also that ties in with loving what you do and being smart as well. You know what I mean? Like they tell you, work smart, not hard. But at the same time, you still got to have the work ethic to work smart or to work hard, depending on what you feel you're best suited at doing. So let's continue on. There's more players to talk about. And I love the breakdown of this shit. All right. So that was Max Crosby. All right. Let's go on to the next one. This is
another
Chandler
guy
Jones,
who did not have a 2022 that people wanted, but it was never effort related, was Chandler Jones. This offseason, he's cut weight. He looks great. He's a film guy. He's always willing to help young players. He is a consummate pro. He represents just a blue collar lunch pail guy. I asked Chandler, you can go back and watch the video. I asked Chandler Jones, I said, at this point in your career, you have all the accolades and you're not playing for the money. He's made more than he'll ever be able to spend. I said, but you're still smiling. You still love it. You still play for the love of the game. That's Chandler Jones. And again, you can be as critical as you want of last year. I think that he could have been better, but you're never going to question that guy's work ethic. Just a hard worker.
Another common denominator, work ethic. You know what I mean? We didn't get out of Chandler Jones what we wanted to get out of him last year. What would that be contributed to? I'm feeling sometimes when you be in the same position, same defense for so long with a former team, especially like 6 years. I think he was with Arizona 6 years. When you go to another team, but you're so used to and being content with what you were doing for the past so many years, because you never see that you're going to leave that team. You don't forecast like, oh, I'm going to end up being a Raider in this year. You don't see that. It just is one of them things that happens, right? Because as far as we know, Arizona could have offered him more money and he could have stayed if that was a scenario that could have happened. But it didn't. So you had to move on. And I think to going into a new building, new coaches, new players around you, new city, new state, you got to readapt yourself. So it's almost like being a rookie again. You know what I mean? The defense you're learning ain't the same defense you were playing under for 6 years. You know what I mean? The same vernacular that they use in that defense is not the same. The teammates around you ain't the same. So it's like you have to recommit yourself to learning all over again. It's kind of like you're taking Spanish for 6 years. Now you're fluent, but now you jump out of Spanish and now you're going into French. Now you gotta crawl again before you walk. You know what I mean? I think it kind of, because like I said, I don't think it was, and Dude said it right too. Hondo said it right. I don't think it was effort. I just think that he was almost lost at times. You know what I mean? Kind of like waiting to see how it's gonna unfold for him in defense. You know what I mean? As far as the offense he faced, like waiting rather than attacking, make them adjust to you rather than you adjusting to them. I think that could have been a factor, and I'm pretty much sure that is a big part. You know what I mean? You're going to a new everything. You know, you're not gonna catch it and hit the ground running. It's not gonna. I don't care how long you've been a veteran. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be that simple. Not at all. It's not gonna be that simple. Nope. So I think we'll see this year. This year, I think you can really judge Chandler Jones. Now, he had the mentality of going in all season, shedding weight, to try to get quicker. And from his angle, he knows, since it's himself he's dealing with, he knows what he had to do to improve himself and give himself a better chance of success with the Raiders on this defense. And he did that. Cut the weight and whatever else he chose to do, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff that we don't know he did that he did. You know what I mean? So with that being said, bro, I want to wait and see this year what Chandler Jones brings, but I can almost guarantee you it won't be the same Chandler Jones as last year. You don't get old overnight. Getting old is a process. It don't happen overnight. Now, overnight, you might make the decision that I'm done playing football. Yeah, but your body didn't all of a sudden age like that overnight. You know what I mean? So I don't believe that. I do not believe that one bit. I think it's just a change of atmosphere, a change of environment that just made things. Now you got to go back to the beginning and start all over again type mentality. But some of us can do it. Some of us are eager to go back to the beginning and like apply everything you've learned. And that's what year one was, a learning experience. So now that Chandler Jones has a year one under his belt, he seems to me to be the type of player that is excited to go back to the beginning and apply everything he learned now this year. You know what I mean? So, but it's a wait and see. I'm throwing guesstimations out there as far as what I think he's going to bring. But I mean, it makes sense to me for him to be a seasoned vet that gives you 10 double-digit sacks per year. For all of a sudden, 1 year is over. Nah, don't work like that, bruh. Like I said, you don't get old overnight. Getting old is a process. You know what I mean? You don't get dementia overnight, Alzheimer's overnight. That shit don't happen overnight. That shit's a gradual, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to see that. Oh, they trying to sell YouTube TV. Shit, I'm not gonna say what I do. Okay, let's move on now. Now the next one. I've been pounding the table for this guy ever since we got him. A lot of people, I don't know about him, but when you go do your research, next week's word is gonna be research. When you research the information on this individual about where he come from, his work ethic, and what he brings to the table, hey, he's a game changer.
Next, I want to talk about Robert Spillane. This is a baller. This guy is going to turn a lot of heads. I know a lot of you aren't sure who he is. That's fine. You're going to be. This guy played the last 6 games of the year for Pittsburgh, every rep, every down on defense and special teams. The Raiders prioritize them. You know, Epps and Spillane they're different personalities, but they work like Max Crosby. And he's a blue-collar lunch pail. He makes everybody around him better. The Raiders, you can go out and get a free agent, and you're better for that free agent. Then you can go out and hire a free agent, and you're better for that free agent. And that free agent makes everybody else around you better. And he's teaching guys not only the playbook, but how to eat, how to work in the weight room. Robert Spillane, love him.
Robert Spillane, bro. You know what I mean? You sense it because with the joint practices, they said the one key thing I heard them say about Robert Spillane is that. So and I'm speaking on the fact that Hondo said that talking to Magic that you got good players, but good players become great players when they make players around them better. And that's exactly what Spillane was doing in the joint practices versus the Niners and versus the Rams. They said he was putting people in the right position to be able to make plays, whether it was interceptions or tackles. And he had some of his own. So he's very bright when it comes to football. You know what I mean? But being the green dot linebacker that we need on this defense and the ability to direct traffic as far as where people need to be in the right spots, depending on what the offense is running, bruh, that's my Romanowski. That's young Romanowski. I'm telling y'all. I've been telling y'all that's my comparison. That you talk about baby Gronk and Michael Mayer, we got baby Romanowski and Spillane, bruh. We got baby Romanowski because he remind me of Romanowski so much. Just watch his interview and the fact that he ain't got no neck and just a straight fiend for football. That's Robert Spillane. You know what? He shouldn't even have the name Robert Spillane. It should be Robert Spaffine. He's a fiend for football, bruh. And you can tell it because even Diablo was saying practice could be over, and Spillane is telling Diablo, hey, stay after. Let's work some more on this. I'm like, bro, you new to the team. Nope, that didn't matter. He only has one gear, You know what I mean? He has one gear, bruh, and hopefully the shit rubs off against these young linebackers. Because let's be honest, we got young linebackers, bruh. Young linebackers. You know what I mean? So we're gonna need him. But if he has this kind of leadership, and don't forget, Spillane is a team leader. The team votes for who the team captains are. Spillane was voted. Yes. Spillane was voted. Garoppolo was voted. They had 9 team captains. And McDaniel said, yeah, that's usually unheard of. But hey, the team picks them. He's fine with it. We got 9 team captains. That just lets you know how these 9 individuals that were selected to be captains are looked upon by their peers. Boy, if you're not building the right chemistry for this team to go out and win games, I don't know how you do it then. I don't, you know what I mean? How do, if you don't build a winning team that way, then how the fuck do you do it? How to do it? What get a fucking canvas and some paint and paint what the fuck you want? I'm telling you, they're getting the key ingredients to make a bomb ass gumbo. I told y'all that shit. You know what I mean? All right, let me hold on. Let me just stop real quick and check out the chat real quick, man, because I got a few notifications that somebody's in the chat playing with themselves. Man, hey, Raider Pete, I thought I was tripping. Like when I watched dude, I'm like, this motherfucker remind me of Romanowski. Bill Romanowski. It's the same demeanor, just, you know what I mean? And the way he sound, and bruh, I thought I was the only one, bruh. Hey, for real, for real. I'm not saying I exactly, you know, we're going to see the production, but everything is there for him to build upon, because Romanowski was a beast at linebacker, bro. Can't nobody deny Romanowski. I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker was a stone cold linebacker from the man to the gristle. You know what I mean? Snooze Hernandez, what's the deal, man? Tops to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. I missed some other people. Let me make sure I cover everybody, bro. Alfredo, what's up, dog? Top of the morning to you, man. Thank you for being here. John L. Baghead, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning. We got a good show, bro. We covering just. I wanted to get in deep into this team. You know what I mean? I don't care about how many yards receiving they had last year, how many yards rushing, how many touchdowns, what's their percentage efficiency against on offense, blocking, and let me go down below that. What's the core of that individual that makes all the positives happen? Work ethic, bruh. And every coach says it. Like, if you gave me a team that only had 2 like straight dog type players that's Hall of Fame, just 2 of them, would you rather have that, or would you rather have a whole team with this? Like, for instance, we can't say Max Crosby is a Hall of Famer yet. His career ain't over yet, not even close. You know what I mean? But just imagine his work ethic in every single player on this team. Every player has his work ethic. What kind of team would you have? Would you like to have a team that has the work ethic of a Max Crosby through every 53 man on that team? Or would you have a team that has about 30 okay players, 10 mid-range, you know what I mean? Another 10, you know what I mean? That's be a little bit better than good. And then you got like 8 that's on the border of being a great player, but you only have 2 great players. Man, give me a team full of Max Crosbys. Watch, hey, the kind of players that you say, hey, run through that wall and tackle the quarterback. And he don't say, coach, what the fuck you asking me to do? Run through that wall and get the quarterback. Coach, how I'm going to run through that wall, bruh? Listen, run through that wall and get that motherfucking quarterback. bro, what if I get a concussion, or what if the wall don't move? That's that player you don't want. This is the player you want. Run through that wall and get the quarterback. Got you, coach. You know, got him. I got him, coach. Hey, that's exactly the same kind of thing that this we going to college football, but what Deion Sanders brought to the Colorado Buffaloes. He brought that kind of player, because that's why they said it was a big overhaul he made of the team. But he knew what he was doing. He got rid of those dudes that was, coach, are you sure you want me to run through the wall? He got rid of them players for, coach, consider it done. And what did they do? They go beat TCU in Texas, the team that represented themselves in the national championship, and went in there and had over 500 yards passing. What they have, like 4 or 5 receivers of over 100 yards? A team that they didn't give a fucking second chance to because Deion don't know what he's doing. The same thing you hear about Josh McDaniels. Oh, he came in there. He can't do it that way. Oh, he's bringing guys. He bringing his own quarterback like Josh McDaniels is doing with Garoppolo. I'm telling you, the similarities is fucking freakish. Nobody's giving us a chance. Oh, Josh McDaniels can't accomplish what he did with New England. What they say about Deion, he can't accomplish with Colorado what he did at Jackson State. He bringing his son to be quarterback. His son killed it. That's why I said, watch. Just watch. Just watch. The same characteristics in the players that we have is exactly the same characteristics that Deion Sanders went out there and searched for. That's why Colorado's going to be successful, because of that work ethic. This is what we're talking about this show, work ethic. It's the same shit. The same, it ain't just fucking ability. Yeah, God bless you with ability, but if you ain't got the work ethic to be the best at what you do, what the fuck is the use of having that ability? Boy, I get excited with this shit, bro. This shit get deeper. Oh, like, let's keep this shit moving. Next up, Josh motherfucking
Next is a
Jacobs.
guy that you may say, how can you have him here? He was holding out. Well, he's back now, and that guy is Josh Jacobs. Everybody knew, and I told you he was going to be in great shape. Everybody knew it. There's no surprise there. The surprise was he was in better than great shape. People were astounded at him. I'm trying to think if I can tell you this or not. Well, I probably shouldn't. But one of his teammates told me what he looked like when they saw him when he got in. And I don't want to say who it is in case it would give away who the person was. I want to protect their identity. But Josh Jacobs is a great kid. He's a super hard worker. Kid is just hard worker. He'll do stuff in the community. He's watching film. He's eating right. Phenomenal player. Just a super hard worker.
There it is, another hard worker. And Charles Washington, yeah, they gave up 42 points, but they won the game. A team that only won one game all last year beat a team that was in the national championship just previous. On their home field. As a first-time coach in Colorado. Come on, we can't be looking at the shit that didn't change the outcome. Didn't change the outcome. So let's look at it. Let's look at the flip side. Yeah, they gave up 42 points. How much did TCU give up? Why we ain't looking at TCU? But damn, y'all lost the game because you gave up, what was it, 45? Boy, if you give up more points than you score, we know this for facts from last year. You can't win. You can't win, bro. You can't win. You can't win doing it like that. I don't care if they gave up 42 points. If you got an offense built around scoring 45 or 50, like for instance, you like Oregon scored, even though it was a small ass, it was Portland State, but still 81 points, bro. And they took the starting quarterback out after the first drive of the third quarter. He ain't come back in. They took Bo Nix out the game. And with 50 points, they scored 50 by halftime. So the next 31 came by a backup quarterback. I'm telling you, they did give up 42. And they didn't win, and they still didn't win. You gave up 42 and that team lost? See, that's the thing. We got to look at the flip side of that coin. But like I said, wouldn't you like to have close games like that where you win and lose like last year? Like, look at the 6 games we lost by less than a touchdown. Wouldn't you have rather have won those games that was less than a touchdown than lose them? Of course. Don't care about how much you give up. We care about who scored. We care about scoring the most points to win. That's all that matters, is the W's and L's. If we go through the whole season and score 35 points and we only give up 30, I'm fine with that shit. Score 35 and give up 30. I don't give a fuck. Oh, the Ducks always been my team, bruh. Like I said, my high school was connected to the Ducks. I went to school with people that went to Oregon and then went pro, like basketball. The only one that should have went to the Ducks and didn't was Ndamukong Suh, but he went to Nebraska though. But you know, Nebraska, Michigan, them schools was recruiting from my school, because my little brother was recruited by it was Nebraska, Michigan, BYU, Portland State, Oregon. They was all recruiting my brother out of the same high school. We all went to the same high school. I should do a college, but you know what about a college show? Bruh, there's a lot more than 32 teams. You know what I mean? There's a lot more than 32 teams to cover, bruh. But I love college because that's where that's the talent pool. That's the talent pool of the NFL. You gotta love college. You know what I mean? Like, damn, who's out there? What do we need? Because once we get over the season with, guess what we're gonna be doing? Mock drafts. Guess what those players come from in the mock draft? College. You know what I mean? All right, let's continue on. So that was Josh Jacobs. Okay, I got one more. I got a surprise player for y'all. And I didn't know this until Hondo brought it to the attention, but I knew the development course for this young man is something that's in regards as being on a trajectory of up. So, but to hear him say it, I was like, okay, let's go. Let's go, man. There's no other than Dylan Parham.
And then the last one I want to talk about that may surprise you a little bit is Dylan Parham. This kid had an amazing rookie year. Amazing rookie year. Amazing rookie year. Underrated a lot by the fans. The guy makes people better. He's a baller. He's in the weight room. He's so careful on what he puts into his body. You know, he's slimming up, adding weight when it's necessary. He's constantly doing the little things. He is a blue-collar guy. He's different in personality than Max. Not going to cuss everybody out. He's not going to trash talk. He's a lot like Colton Miller. So it's a very familiar thing with offensive linemen. But he's got Max's work ethic. And he's a hard worker. I don't know Dylan's family. I've never met them. But whoever they are, they should take a bow. You raised a son with a work ethic that's just very impressive.
And there go that phrase, work ethic. And this is the thing that I want to bring to light today, man. The one thing that makes this team potentially be something special is their work ethic. Bruh. And I'm telling you, I'm excited because, and this is just a few of the players with that work ethic. This is just a few. I wasn't able to go ahead and give you snippets of 53 players on this team with the same work ethic. I just want to do some of the offense, some of the defense. That's why I did the ones that they mentioned that I didn't put on here. Colton Miller was one that he named. with a work ethic out of this world. You know what I mean? But I couldn't throw everybody on here. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to give you samples on both sides of the ball that, hey, this team, we got some players, bro. We got some ballers. You know what I mean? And they come with the ingredients to be great players. And not just be great, but to make people around them better. You know what I mean? And I'm excited because it's been a long time since we've been excited. I mean, let's keep it a buck. We haven't been excited about our draft picks in a while. I mean, I can remember when they drafted Leatherwood. You remember the guy that was at the draft that they showed this picture, and he was like, "Who?" You know what I mean? And like I try to justify picks by looking at their accolades that they made in college, but sometimes those accolades can be contribute to a teammate that made you better. Remember how I just said that Magic Johnson told Hondo that you got good players, but then what makes good players great players is by making the players around them better. Sometimes you being one of those players that are better because of another player being great can camouflage the fact that without that type of player, you go back from being good to just being, Leatherwood was one of those players, bro. You know what I mean? He was just one of those players. He got easily camouflaged by the great players on that team that made him look good. You know what I mean? That made him look good. But once you remove those players out the way, then what? It's kind of like once you take Superman and you take away his powers, you take away the sun, he ain't shit but normal. That's these players. These players without great players around them are just normal. And that's what Leatherwood was. He was just normal. But we thought he was great because of the greatness that was around him to make him look great. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it was fool's gold. Shout out to everybody that's watching, man. Please, if this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Hey, we welcome all new members. If you want to join the channel, you could do that. If you want to leave a comment, share the video, hit the notification bell. Everything is all welcome. Don't cost a dime to leave a comment, to share, to like, and to subscribe. But if you want to join, it's only one low price, $2.99, and you get exclusive content that nobody else gets yet. You guys get it first as members of this channel, and then y'all get to see the shit first. You know what I mean? Whether it's all my recorded shows, right now, the second episode of this season's Raiders Drip is on the members only, available, as well as the best of the Dirty Lunatic show with Raiders Stan promoting new Cowboys product. You know what I mean? So if y'all watch the Dirty Lunatic show, you've seen the skit. If you haven't, you're a member of the channel, you get to see the skit. You get to see it a whole week in advance before the rest of the world gets to see it. So enjoy. I got more stuff coming, more content. So if you want to join and become a member, you can do so for a low price of $2.99. You know what I mean? But if not, that's okay. We still have content here free of charge every weekday morning. It is the Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast right here on Raiders Allegiance, as well as Fridays. It's Fuck Your Team Friday, where we go, hey, this Friday we got the donkeys. So Fuck Your Team Friday, we dissing the donkeys on Friday. I go in on them, I clown. It's a good way to come in and laugh. And hey, we targeting the enemy. The enemy this weekend is the donkeys. You feel me? Friday night is the Dirty Lunatic show. 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern, which is a sketch comedy show, but it's all Raiders infused comedy. So it's like Raider characters as well as Raider content that we talk about. Also, we do a live repeat of the Dirty Lunatic show Saturday night, same time, 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern. And then this Sunday morning, Game day morning with the nation. We going live discussing the game, the keys to victory of us and the Donkeys in Mile High this Sunday. Man, week 1 is going down. Let's get it. And then let's see, Monday morning, starting the season, there will be no Good Morning Raider Nation on Mondays or the day, any day after the game. It's going to be the morning after, where we discuss what happened in the game, stats. If I ain't gonna even mention the L word, when we win, how we won, the players that stood out, we're gonna break it all down. So, and that should be Monday mornings still, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. On Mondays after the game. If the game is on a Thursday night, then it'll be Friday morning. So that's how we're gonna do it. It's gonna be the morning after, which is the post game, but the day after game, so I can really go through footage and information, and then bam, I'll be ready for y'all. You know what I mean? To give y'all what my opinion is, what I seen, and get your opinion as well. You guys are very important to this channel, so just let that be known. So with that being said, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Before I get up out of here, let me scroll through these comments one time. Wild Turkey, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning to you. Yes, sir. You know what? Hey, Chuck, on that underdog shit, you know why they do that shit? Look. This is what you got to understand. This one, let me show you an example of Las Vegas odds for you. The whole key for the bookies is to make money, right? So in order for me to make money, we're gonna need that point spread to be somewhere where the game is going, how the game is going to be close. But to the bettors, we're looking at it as, well, shit, the Broncos are favorite. You know what I mean? And that's 3.5 points. So we get to throw the 3.5 points on the Raiders, but I don't think the Raiders can even cover that. See, they want us to believe the Raiders ain't bad. They want them to put money on the Broncos, so when the Broncos get their ass whooped Sunday, the casinos get all the money, the bookies get all the money. Hey, the bookies ain't built to give money away. They want you to feel like, you know, and people out there looking at that spread like, yeah, the Raiders ain't Raider fans or that know what's really going on inside of the organization. They're looking at that spread 3.5, and we're the underdog. Like, oh yeah, the Raiders can't cover that shit. They're gonna be trash this year. That's why notice all the news you hear is the Raiders we're not gonna win 6 games. We're gonna be last in the division. Denver has an opportunity to sweep us this year. They putting all that shit out there because in the bettor's mind, they keep hearing that. And they be like, it's like propaganda. It's like, yeah, I'm putting my money on Denver. And next thing you know, the Denver, look, watch somebody put a big bet on Denver thinking, oh, because Sean Payton and shit. That shit ain't going to happen overnight, bruh. Sean Payton ain't going to turn that team around overnight, bruh. The only way a new coach can turn a team around, well, actually not even around, just continue what they already been doing, is if something happened and then you brought a coach in to take over for a coach that was already successful. Tampa Bay. Remember when John Gruden went there? The defense was already there, bruh. That defense won that Super Bowl against us. 5 interceptions, 3 pick sixes, all on defense. Had nothing to do with John Gruden and his brilliant offense. You know what? His brilliant it had nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? So this is what Las Vegas does. They bait you into believing that the Raiders ain't shit and that they can't cover this point spread against Denver in Denver with Sean Payton and all. They factor in all that. They're like, oh yeah, Raiders gonna lose. I'm gonna put $1,000 on Denver and watch Monday morning. These motherfuckers, sorry sons of bitches, is gonna be crying. Oh, I lost $1,000. That was my rent money. You dumb son of a bitch. Yeah, they fooled your ass. They made you go put money on a motherfucking team that got their ass whooped. Because that's what's gonna happen Sunday. Watch what I tell you. Ain't gonna be no close game, bruh. That's how confident I am in this team. After knowing the kind of work ethic and the kind of players they added with that work ethic, like for instance, it's not just having a work ethic, right? You can have a regular defensive end that ain't spectacular, but just imagine having a spectacular defensive end with the work ethic. Max Crosby. Just imagine having a spectacular wide receiver with the work ethic. Davante Adams. Just imagine having a spectacular running back with that work ethic. Josh Jacobs. Just imagining having a spectacular corner with that work ethic. Marcus Peters. And it keeps going. Just imagine a middle linebacker with that work ethic. Spillane. It keeps going. You're not just having average players with great work ethic, like, oh, at least he's working hard. Nah, you got great players with that work ethic, bruh. That's a combination for dominance. That's why Max Crosby dominates. That's why Davante Adams dominates. That's why Josh Jacobs dominates. I'm telling you. And I even go as far as this. Jimmy Garoppolo, you can't deny his record. You can't deny. Everybody will say, oh, it was his defense. His defense is the reason why they lost the fucking Super Bowl against Kansas City. Didn't the Niners defense give up 3 touchdowns in 6 minutes? It took 3 touchdowns in 6 minutes to win that Super Bowl. So let me calculate. That must mean that the Niners were up with offensive scores. Who helped them score offensively? Pay attention, bruh. Ziegler is not a fucking dummy. He is the one bringing these players in here. And of course, he talks to McDaniels, but him and McDaniels is on the same accord that, look, these are the players you're looking for. These are the guys I found. The best of the best at what we need. The best of the best at what we need. We keep fucking consuming ourselves with just being the best, period. It's not about being the best, period. We don't need to get the best motherfucking free agent out there. He might not fit what we do. You got to go get the best fit for what you do. That's the best. The only best you need is fit, not best player. Best fit. We try to do best player with Littleton. How that work out? How getting Littleton worked out from the Rams? I wait. And we still playing that motherfucker and he ain't even here? Best fit. Hondo said this. I don't know if y'all caught it, but he said this before. There was 3 players that was high on the Raiders list as far as they must get in free agency. Marcus Epps, Jacoby Meyer, Robert Spillane. Them is the 3 that was a must-have. And guess what? They got them. Nobody else outbidded them. As a matter of fact, they outbidded. Spillane got more money, I guess, from us than from Pittsburgh. That's what lured him. That's where some of that money went to. That's that money, bro. And if you look at these guys and what their job is, we need them. We needed a Jacoby Myers to go with Davante. Hey, this offense is gonna be so potent, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so potent. You're gonna have to handle it with rubber gloves, or that shit gonna seep into your pores, and you're gonna OD. You're gonna OD on excellence. That offense is fucking loaded, bro. I have not seen a Raider offense loaded like this. I'm gonna keep it honest. I'm not putting 10 on 2. I have not seen a Raiders offense this loaded since the early 2000s offense with Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown. I'm talking about where like the talent pool is there. You know what I mean? It's like complimentary. Like Jacoby Myers is a very good compliment to Davante Adams. A healthy Renfro, we know what he does. You can develop a Michael Mayer. Josh Jacobs healthy. Offensive line 1 year under their belt. And you change the right guard to improve it over bars, and you get a quarterback that's better suited for this system, I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, bro, but I tell you this: if they cause havoc and hell on the football field against these teams we face, and it's like it's gonna be like the old Raiders, like the old Raiders mentality. Well, not mentality. The old Raiders were the type of team that when teams knew they were playing us, they knew, bruh, it's gonna be a long day fucking with these Raiders, dog. It's gonna be a long day. I hope y'all ready. And if everybody on that team we facing ain't ready, they gonna lose. They gonna lose if they not ready, because we just gonna keep coming and coming. Like Marshawn Lynch said, you just keep coming and coming and coming just through their fucking face until they just fuck it, can't do it. Fuck it. I quit. You know what I mean? Like I'm a UFC fan. You watch two fighters enter the octagon, right? They're both fighters. They've both been through wars. They both fought before. But you look at both of them, no matter the wars they've been through, and no matter how many times they've been through it, one of these motherfuckers can tap out if they put in a position of tapping out. That's these football teams. Yeah, they're both NFL teams. They both got good players. But one of these motherfuckers is going to tap out once they get tired of getting ran through the face over and over and over and over again. Take me out, coach. That's what's going to happen. That offensive line going to get ran the fuck down. I need long drives, eating the clock, and finishing in the red zone with touchdowns. That's all we need. We don't got to be the greatest of anything. Be efficient at what we do. That's it. Be efficient at what we do. We don't need to be like nobody else. We don't need to be the greatest show on grass, on turf, or whatever the fuck the punk ass Rams was. Don't need to be that. Be the greatest team that we can be. And we'll get the victories. We'll get it. So with that being said, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up this morning with your boy. Man, I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. It is the Good Morning Raider Nation Live Raiders podcast right here on Raiders Allegiance with your boy Lunatic Raider. I appreciate all y'all, Raider Pete. I see you, bruh. Most opponents still call it Raider Week. It used to be good reason. Well, let's bring that reason back then, Pete. You feel me? Let's bring that reason back. Why not? Why not now? Why not this season? Let's go. Let's go. Fuck that shit. Let's go. Man, we gonna make these. Every time these teams see us, they gonna. All they got to do is face us once, and I guarantee you, they gonna be. We beat the shit out of Denver this game 1, right? Week 1. The second time we face Denver, watch these motherfuckers tuck their tails. I'm telling you, because we're gonna be that much. See, all we can be is better. All we can get is better. We got new additions to this team, but they still got to play with each other and build that bond and that chemistry on the field. Bruh, that's why I said I'm glad this schedule allows us to have a late bye week as well as playing the Chiefs late as well. Because by the time we face the Chiefs, this team will be ready. It's going to get a lot of on-the-job training before we face them. And that's what I welcome that. Because in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. Fuck it. Let's beat them. Let's beat them twice. Fuck splitting. Everybody say, all we going to do is split. No, fuck splitting with the Chiefs. Sweep they bitch ass. Why not? Why not? Why not sweep them? Why we can't? Yeah, they got Mahomes in them. What you think their defense is going to do to our offense? We got offense too now. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all beat us with a team that was learning the new system last year by 1 fucking point on your home field, and you won the Super Bowl. Let that shit be known. Tell the world that shit. You barely beat a team that was still trying to learn what the fuck they had to do, and a team that the front office was still evaluating to see who fits what we do and who don't. Because you see the motherfuckers we let walk, that told you right there who did not fit. You seen the people we traded, that showed you right there who did not fit. So now you fix those fucking incompetent. I ain't gonna say they incompetent, but now you go fix those areas of need. Now what kind of team do you have? The shit we were weak at is what we went and strengthened. We were weak in the red zone, efficiency. You go get a quarterback that's known for being efficient in the red zone. You go get targets for him that's known for being efficient in the red zone. Your hoopers, your Jacoby Myers, and you draft you a Michael Mayer, guys in the red zone that's known to be efficient. That's what we were horrible with. Defense, we didn't get no turnovers. None. We didn't have no speed, no turnovers, no ball hawks. So what you do, you go get you some ball hawks with speed on secondary. You go get you a veteran to lead these youngsters, the Jacoby Bennett's. You know what I mean? Trayvon Mullins or Morig, not Mullen gone. Trayvon Morig. You know what I mean? You're Meek Robinson's, guys that made this team. Nate Hobbs. You go out there and get these guys, but you put a veteran like Marcus Peters there to lead the troops. A guy like Spillane, they lead these young former safeties. So if they're former safeties, that means they have experience in coverage. See that? I see they're building this team, bruh. If Mahomes has nowhere to fucking throw, and the front four is coming with relentless pressure and keeping his ass contained, oh, we could beat the Chiefs. That wasn't no miracle shit they did last year, beating us by 1 point. Shit, you a well advanced. You a team that's been together for how long in the same system? Last year we was in that system for the first time, and we took y'all we lost by 1, but we took y'all there. What's gonna happen this year? I don't see any improvements by your team. I see that. What's the old saying? Leave well enough alone. Y'all won the Super Bowl, so y'all pretty much say, "Hey, we good already." But everybody behind you is like, "We gonna get better," and I know we got better. Fuck what the media tells you. We got better. So with that being said, man, I ain't gonna keep running y'all in. Please subscribe, hit that like, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning right here, same Raider time, same Raider channel. You know what it is. This is your boy Lunatic Raider. I'm gonna catch with y'all tomorrow, man. Hey, be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. And you already know, like I say about this time, I'm out this B-I-E.